Hey guys, what's going on? We got another cast from Team Elite here. This is going to be one of my games, Kill Cap. I'm going to be down here in bottom right as the blue Protoss. Then I have my opponent up here, Golden Hammer. Threw up the little overlay. Uh, this is kind of a long game, but we're going to speed it up a little bit. But we have an interesting topic to talk about. And it's something that most people don't really think about, but it's always something we're actually striving for. I did bring along the truth with me to kind of help me with the topic itself. Um, but really, I want to know, it's just a feeling that you get when you get promoted that is just unlike any other thing. Like, truth, do you remember the first time you got promoted out of the Bronze League?
Yeah, I do. I started in bronze. I had a pretty big layoff from Brood War, so when I came back, I started in bronze, and yeah, it was a good feeling.
Now was the same rankings as in this is in Brood War? Like you had your diamonds, your platinums, and all that other fun stuff.
I can't even remember, so I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to say for sure. I feel like they had like some, but not this many. But I don't really remember. I played for fun. I was in middle school, and I was pretty
Hmm.
bad. So
Yeah, some people do kind of get lucky. Like we were just talking to, I forget his name. We're just gonna call him Bar because that's the first letters of his name. But he just started, and I think this is his first StarCraft, and he did automatically get started out in silver. I kind of hate him for it, but no, whatever.
I'll tell you one in recent memory. Apollo Rocket, T Apollo Rocket, and I were trying. We tried for a while to get promoted to Diamond in 2v2, and um, we got promoted to Diamond, and we played a couple games. And in team, it's not very different from Diamond to Masters. So we were like, hey, maybe we can do this. So we we got promoted to Masters, and that was a memorable one. We actually took a picture of it and put it on Facebook. And after that we won some games and moved up, but there was nothing. I mean, like you said, the feeling of the promotion. Even if no one ever saw it but us, it was a good feeling to kind of get something for the practice and the hard losses you took, stuff like that. So it is cool.
Oh yeah. And it's more of a you sometimes you get into that mindset like, oh, I may be bronze but I play like a gold player or something like that. You just want something to show for it because I mean being labeled a bronze level or silver or maybe even for those higher
Yeah,
ups being labeled a master is just absolutely an insult sometimes.
yeah. I get right now. I'm platinum in 1v1. I should be diamond soon, but basically every other game somebody calls me trash. So I think it I think it works like that until you get grandmaster.
Well, I mean
So
it's always fun for to get called trash if you did good and you just beat them,
yeah,
all this
yeah.
other weird stuff. So, I mean, there's always that, and uh, oh, what was my train of thought? Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Don't do that when they have a missile turret up. You'll just lose two immortals, and they shouldn't have happened. But we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna slow this down. We wasted enough time, so we can actually more focus on the game if need be. It's more of a macro game, but we did have quite a bit of action that going on, and you can see a Terran gearing up to do a drop. Oh, there they are. Doing a drop with those Medivacs. Always, always a nuisance and to deal with, no matter what race you are.
Yep. What I don't like is these kind of half all-in drops. Excuse me. 4 medis full. That's like just taking your army. If he loses that army, then it puts him in a bad position. So I don't know about these, but we'll see what
I
happens
don't know.
here.
He's got a good defense when moving out. He's got
He does.
the 2 siege tanks sieged up, the nice wall in, people behind it, or Marines in the back. But I did not realize how unexpanded he was. I had my 3rd base going down by the time he still had the 1, but he was dropping in my base.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of an annoying bit, and my army was completely.
Yeah, they were out of position a little bit there.
But I spot it in time, get the probes out of there. I should be able to clean this army up pretty easily. But again, that's mineral gathering time.
What I like to do in this map, yeah, you did clean. The Immortals did a real nice job there. Good counter for tanks. Good warp in there for support. And
Clean up this tank. That probe's gonna help. I think he actually gets the. Oh, no, that would have been hilarious if he got the kill.
yeah, you
Oh,
didn't.
well.
Bummer. What I like to do in this map is put a worker at the tower in the middle. Either one. I like to take the top one though. And then what I'll do is send an observer to the 3rd base of my opponent. And what that does is 9 times out of 10 he's going to take a path either across to the top corner and then down for a drop, or directly diagonally across the map. So it kind of gives me I have pretty good notice of when I'll be attacked.
Now, when you say 3rd, what do you actually mean? What do you think is the 3rd? Like the top 3, or like what I did on the near to the bottom, or do you mean the one directly south
Yeah.
of him as the 3rd?
On this map, I like what you did is the 3rd. I would always take that as the 3rd. When I take my 4th, I end up taking the one above instead of the one wrapping around. So in this case, the one at like 4 o'clock would be my 4th.
Makes sense. But again, I don't know if he's just bad or very committed to these drops, but he still has yet to expand, and the mineral line is looking pretty low. So maybe. Anywho, though I do forget to switch probes. That's just one thing I just need to work on always.
Yeah, it's something that comes with a little work. It's more important. It's good that you got your expo down. You're pretty well saturated on your natural, so really you're just working on the 3rd there.
Now, it was kind of late. I tried to 4-gate this guy, as you kind of saw. It didn't really work. Well, 3-gate robo, so kind of the same thing, but getting those immortals helped defend this that first drop, but in comes the second one that I again didn't see. Probably needs more observers and whatnot. But
yeah, the cannons. I mean, you had a good positioning with the cannons, and usually that's enough to. He's doing these drops with massive armies. It's just I don't like that style of play necessarily. A lot of times it gets you in a lot of trouble.
Now, a slightly depressing part is I took out most of his medevacs, but he was still able to keep most of this army alive. So, and he's still stimming, and he's going to end up killing all those people.
Yeah, that's overuse of stem there.
Again, I'm just sitting here trying to defend him off, but even rebuilding my base over here, I think I even built a second cybernetics core because it goes down eventually. Because I have almost nothing to give to defend this army here. It's just gonna run rampant. It can do whatever it wants. It's even take out my Templar archives.
Do you already have Storm upgraded at this?
Yes,
researched
Storm
at this point
has been done. I don't know how long ago it was, but and while it seems his macro died a little bit. He's only got 2 medevacs.
This guy is still yeah. Well, he's still on one base,
and actually 2 mineral patches to be even more exact.
Right. And they are quickly deteriorating.
Now, is that the supply drop there on his supply depots or whatever you want to call it, the call down?
Yeah, if we have a minute to talk about that,
a
lot of people don't like that. We'll get into that in a minute here.
Yeah, I think we might have some time now. We still have some time on this video. Plus, he's not really doing a whole lot while I'm sitting here taking a 4th/3rd here.
Right. Does he take an expansion?
I
eventually?
Actually don't know. You'll actually see why. I think he just kind of waited while I built up this army. Yes, I'm gonna lose this Twilight Council, but all I have left is Blink to get, so there's not a whole lot left to get. And yes, Blink Stalkers are fantastic. It's just not something I want or need.
Yeah, I like to get it in 1v1. I'll get it real early. There's kind of a timing right now that replaced the 4-gate a little bit with Blink Stalkers early in the game. What I was going to say about the calldowns was I saw a post on the BattleNet forum breaking down, talking about, well, if you get the supply call down, you get 100 minerals worth of stuff. But if you use a mule, you get 100 and whatever more. It was more than 100 and whatever a mule supplies. I should know the number, but really the guy didn't take into account the time that it takes to build the supply depot. So if you do a call down, you don't have a worker making a supply depot. So that whole time he would have been mining, and you would be getting 5, 5, 5. So I'm actually not against the supply call downs. Generally mules are the way to go if you can. But if you're supply blocked, always call down the supply. if you're about to be supply blocked, it's much better to call that down than hold yourself up, make the mule wait for the
Yeah.
depot. So um, on his part, I don't know if he thought that much into it,
Hmm.
but may have just been a little bit of it might have been easier for him to make the call down.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Now, I'm starting to see what's going on here. He completely he just lifted off his main orbital command, and he's just
Yeah,
kind of drifting it over. He's not going to take its natural. He's going to take his supposed third, and he didn't move his SCV. He now moves his SCVs over.
yeah. The ninja expand,
I wouldn't call it,
except
except it has
yeah. At this point, it's a little late for
kind
that.
of a ninja expand without a sword, because it has no defense. Just whatever. Still got a few medevacs over here while I'm contently just macroing away. Got a decent small army. A little bit out of position. It probably could have moved to the middle so I could defend all these bases better from these drops that he seems to be so adamant on doing.
Yeah, you're kind of inspiring me to take your fourth as my fourth from now on. Based on that, I just hate defending that ramp in front of the fourth. I always get just trashed by Terran players on that ramp.
Yeah.
They with siege tanks.
It's I mean, if you just kind of look at it, there's just so much space for them to just micro and get out of the way, and even just have so many tanks lined up with a giant line of Marines. That's possible. Even if you're Zerg, it's gonna be hard for you to get the surround if they well Zerg they can get the easy surround, but if they already got that spot locked down, it could be hard to take.
Yeah, but coming up that ramp, you're gonna take pretty hefty damage before you can engage. So
I think this is his fourth or fifth drop he did. Mostly tanks this time. Army's a little bit late getting there, but we'll end up.
actually, pretty good response
And I
overall. I thought that was a pretty quick
and all
response.
those medeffects do go down. And warp in a couple more Archons, but I do believe any minute now he's going to do something. Yes,
He just quit.
He quits.
He gives you the DD, designated driver.
Yep,
Good game.
He just gives up. You just can't beat my macro, yo. Well, I was kind of impressed by that game. It was the one game I was actually able to defend those drops. Those drops just absolutely ridiculous. And then just throw the Widow Mine into those drops. Drop right into your mineral line. Oh,
Yeah, those are brutal. I think this is a good game to see that. And you know me well enough to know that I mean this in a productive way. Neither of us are Masters players,
not.
so you hear Masters players talk about and Grandmasters talk about macro and improving macro and being not missing those a drone every 17 seconds, etc., etc. And then you come to the ladders and you play, and there's all-in rushes and things make macro difficult. But I think this is a good game to see that even on a level under Grandmasters. So we have this game here, and you stuck to macro, you committed the macro, and you came out on top. And had the game gone any longer, it would have just been a bigger lead for you because he was on one base and you weren't. So you had really three to four bases running. So yeah, just the commitment to the macro is important, and we see it here. Even and just regular ladders. So I think that's a good game to
Oh
see.
yes, but even if you just look at the up at the top, as soon as he quit, he had almost 4,500 minerals, 2,000 gas.
Yep.
Uh, he probably could have caught back up if he'd expanded at a more reasonable time instead of waiting so long and even building a second command
Hmm.
center so it didn't even waste even more time. But
In the event that I would ever have 4,255 minerals, um, I would either take every base on the map, or in this case, even if he would have made barracks, he could have made 10 barracks and maxed his army out. Um, but
yeah, just little things. I mean, we can all improve, but he seems to need a little bit more. Even though I thought it was a great game, I wanted to give him a GG. Actually, yes, I did. I wanted to talk.
yep, you got it in there.
Sometimes they just leave right beforehand, so it's kind of hard to. It's like GG
Yeah.
quit. It's like I want to tell you too. Anyway, but that's gonna do it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.